Good morning, all. Hang on. This is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Wednesday, the 29th of April. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some water today and learn from a transfer of trading charts, and I'm not here to issue trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at ctmcrypto.substack.com, and it's published on YouTube after a delay of 3 days. All right, great. Well, what's happening today? We are back testing the weekly middle band on Bitcoin, which is a decent support and resistance level. And this is the only one of the three which has broken back over it at the moment. We've still got the daily RSI 5 sell signal fixed. In terms of the, we had an RSI 14 buy signal brewing yesterday morning, and that has now reached the possible near miss target on with a little bit of a rally overnight. And we are still looking at a pretty nice looking bear flag setup, which has overthrown bearishly. I'm looking for probably some sort of top to form here. I am wondering whether we might still go higher in equities and whether this might hold up crypto prices while that is happening. In terms of Solana, we've seen a much less big rally here and got nowhere near the weekly middle band. On the daily chart, because of that, we don't have any daily RSI 5 sell signal fixed. We are below the daily middle band. We're at 84.06. We're below the daily middle band, and we are below the 50 DMA as well. In terms of the hourly chart, we had an RSI 5, RSI 14 buy signal brewing there too, and that has now made the target after a little bit of a rally, albeit a smaller one. On the 15-minute chart, this still very much looks like bearish consolidation on Bitcoin. This should in due course deliver a retest of the low here at 60.1k. If we are seeing a big decline on equities at that stage, which is a distinct possibility, then it may well not stop there. So where are the obvious targets below if it doesn't stop there? Haven't really got a lot here. There's I've got a sort of big support level in the 50 to 70,000 area. I'd be thinking that area might overall hold. We shall see. Hey, morning, Doug. How's it going? So in terms of Solana, if we go lower, I've actually got a existing double top here, and that broke down, and we finally made it to the target here. When we got down to this low here, the target was at about the 70 area, and we got to that first target. I do have an extension target there, and that is down at 40. So if we are seeing a big move down on equities, then we may well be making that target. The other thing to consider here is, and this is something I was saying when I called the bear market as likely on sort of back in December or something on the moves that Bitcoin had done so far. What I was saying then was these bear markets tend to last a year. How long has it been going so far? Well, 7 months, 6 months. That's not a year. I'm expecting to see some more downside here on Solana. That means that in terms of where we might be going, I'm taking that 40 target seriously. And I'm thinking that if we are seeing a big move down on equities, when we come back in and retest this low, we may well just go straight through it. So we will see how that goes. In terms of the hourly chart here, as I said, we had a RSI 14 buy signal that made the possible near miss target. This still looks like a bearish consolidation target, 67.65. Looking at Ethereum has been holding resistance here at the weekly middle band. We've been testing it now for 3 weeks, and we haven't seen a breakup here. It is a big and obvious resistance level. In terms of the daily chart, we're currently at 2309. That is marginally below the daily middle band, so in effect we are testing it, and we're slightly above the 50 DMA. On the hourly chart here, we had a weak RSI 14 buy signal brewing, and that's delivered a rally. That was yesterday, and that's delivered a rally, and that's now made the full target. This isn't as nice a bear flag as the others, but it still looks like very much like a bear flag consolidation, which is in due course going to take us back into a retest of this low at 1746.93. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions. Right. What do you want to know on Bitcoin? I'll just quickly review Bitcoin. Right. Sorry, I got a question. Okay. Bitcoin, we're coming back and we're back testing broken resistance at the weekly middle band. I've got that at 76.522, and we are slightly above that at the moment. We saw a break above it last week, and normally, if it's not going to hold that break, I would expect to see the break back below it either this week or next week. usually actually this week. So I'm watching that with great interest. In terms of the daily chart, we've got a daily RSI5 sell signal fixed, and that hasn't made the target yet. And the same goes for the daily RSI5 sell signal, which is fixed on Ethereum. We are coming back and we are testing. We've come back and we have tested the daily middle band here. That is holding so far. And obviously, if we're going to see more downside, that's pretty much the first thing that would need to break. We had an hourly RSI5, RSI14 buy signal brewing at the when I did the video yesterday. That played out to the possible near miss target, and that may be done to the upside. Short term, not really seeing a lot, nothing in terms of signals and so on. If we are forming a larger pattern here for a top, it's not obvious what it might be. We do have a potential double top here with these two highs, but it hasn't broken down from that yet. All right, no worries, mate. My pleasure as always. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers.